harmful cultural practices, and gender-based violence. Healthcare workers will receive specialized training to better serve young people. And most importantly, we will protect the future of the young people and the future of the nation by reducing new HIV infections, preventing early pregnancies, and breaking cycles of violence. Your Excellency, this initiative aligns squarely with our national priorities, particularly the National AIDS Strategic Plan, the Adolescent Sexual and Reproductive Health Policy, the National Action Plan on Violence Against Children. And it is also core to achieving our overall goals in Universal Health Coverage Agenda, which, as we all know, seeks to ensure that no one, especially our adolescents, is left behind. Allow me also, Your Excellency, to recognize the pivotal role that you have played and the leadership that you have shown, beyond giving resources, to also giving visibility and advocacy and giving power to mobilize communities at all levels. With your leadership, Kenya is not just responding to a crisis, it is setting a continental benchmark for innovative adolescent health programming. We are glad that the First Ladies of Africa put you in this committee because it gives a spotlight to Africa that this is a priority for the health of Africans. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Health fully commits to work hand in hand with the Office of the First Lady, the county governments, the civil society and partners to make this project a success. Together, we can build a future where our adolescents are safe, healthy, and empowered. In closing, on behalf of the Ministry of Health, I, that is the Cabinet Secretary, reaffirm our unwavering support to your vision. We will work with you in this journey of protecting our children and empowering our adolescents and transforming the future of our great nation. Thank you. That's the speech of the Cabinet Secretary. On my own behalf, Your Excellency, I would like just to mention three things. We have watched you in many fora. And from when I was sitting and I'm reflecting, there are three things that came to my mind, Your Excellency. One is that your own journey gives you the moral authority to champion this because you have always stood on the moral side of things in the society, because some of these challenges speak to the decay of our moral fabric as a country. Your Excellency, also, the second issue is that you are giving a second chance, and it speaks to the heart that we have seen from you as the First Lady. But more importantly, Your Excellency, is that the position that you occupy as the First Lady gives power and gives this initiative a home. I will tell you, Your Excellency, I have been in the health sector for quite some time now, 15 years. We've had these challenges, but it has been very difficult for these challenges to find a home. And from my observation, we thank you that you created a home, not just a home, but a home that can drive impact and reverse the negative trends. So, Your Excellency, with those very many remarks, I would like to welcome the advisor for Jen. Okay. I would like to welcome Governor of West Pokot, Simon Kachapin, who then will take the program and welcome the next governor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the First Lady, colleagues, governors who are here, members of Parliament, PS Health, and his colleagues, all the partners who are here and the stakeholders, good afternoon. First, I want to appreciate also, as the first speakers have said, to appreciate the First Lady for this noble initiative and for choosing the 4 counties, West Pokot being one of them. When I saw the invitation and I saw the 4 counties, what was in my mind is that, are we the worst? Are we the notorious on these 3 threats? And there is truth in that, because I was given this data from my county, and the picture is not good. And these are real issues in our society today. And this initiative, I'm sure, is going to help reduce or even eliminate these 3 threats. Especially in counties, I know these issues are prevalent in the whole country, but the threats are even more worse in counties such as West Pokot because of the nature of such pastoralist counties, where cultural issues are still prevalent. As I was looking at the data, so I was thinking before I was given the data, in West Pokot, for example, we still have nomadic pastoralism, especially in the areas which are semi-arid. And the love for animals, especially cows, we find that the girls are married at that early age, which is risky to them. Although gains have been made in these counties through partners who have been there before, this progress or the gains made cannot be sustained if we don't have or we don't come together as government and partners to sustain the fight and the fight that has been there. So, firstly, we really appreciate mine as governor and I know my colleagues and the leadership from the counties, the 4 counties which are going to be piloted. We commit to work with you and all the stakeholders who are here to see that these issues, which are a big threat to our society, are eliminated or reduced. Teenage pregnancies, for example, is worst in West Pokot. AIDS and HIV is there, but teenage pregnancies. Historical issues because of education, which in those areas came later. So you find that awareness, many girls are not going to school, and you find that we still fight to retain girls in school. So I know as we pilot in these 4 counties, this will really give us a direction as a benchmark. Now that the same has been done in Narok and Meru, and there is some good gains. So I'm sure, First Lady, I don't want to say much, but to appreciate this initiative again and assure you of our commitment as governors, as Governor of West Pokot, that we shall collaborate well with the partners and your office to see to that we have gains in this fight against the 3 threats of gender-based violence, teenage pregnancies, HIV, and AIDS. So because this was inaugural meeting to start the pilot program, I don't want to say much, but to appreciate once more. And I know we have come because we know these are real issues that affect our society, and it's good so that we fight together. And I'm happy from West Pokot, 2 members of parliament have come. I think I also came with a technical team they are there. From West Pokot, I think the chief officer Thank you very much. So without much, Your Excellency and all the stakeholders who are here have been tasked by the Principal Secretary to call my colleagues, governors, and now it started with me because I'm a two-term governor. So I think that's the main reason. So I'll start my neighbor, Governor Jonathan B., popularly known as Kotimoni. But he has so many coats these days. So when he will become very 2027, I don't know which other slogan he will use.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Governor West Pokot, Your Excellency the First Lady, Republic of Kenya, governors who are here, members of Parliament, all protocol officers. Good afternoon. Chamge. Yeah, first I don't have any notes. And my technical person must be somewhere here. I was trying to tell you, please, can you tell me the data? I'm just talking anyhow. This topic that you are discussing, men are not comfortable, especially from my community, to talk about such things, especially being a father. You feel this thing should not come out strongly, but now we have no choice, we have to confront. First, thank you, First Lady, for inviting us here. And I was asking the lady, the first one who was here, why did you sample us? Do we look like suspects or something? And she said, yes, Pastor, you are the one leading. I was like, wow, it's so bad. But again, ladies and gentlemen, these are real life and real issues that we have to confront. I think why was in issues we've been living in many other things, and we call ourselves the county of champions because we have all the champions in that place. We have all the fastest runners on earth. We will get them from Western issue. And we are the ones feeding Kenya. We are the bread basket of Kenya. So I think there are certain things that are making us look to be proud, like the people from Homa Bay, and we feel like we are the ones. But nonetheless, there could be some factors that are making this thing prevalent. One, we are a hub of education there. We are surrounded by so many institutions, young people, Moi University Town Campus, University of Eldoret. We have Polytechnic with almost 20,000 students. We have RPTTI, a TTI institution, which has so many young people and many others, including FTC and the rest. So, and again, of late there is another country that is coming up, First Lady. At least we come from the same country, so no one is better. We have to control this thing. The nightlife that is in Eldoret is more than the day life, because it begins every Friday through Sunday. And then I was asking myself, these clubs that are coming up, who is the owner of these clubs? And why Eldoret? So I think the target is because of those young people who are there. They are strong, they have the agility, they want to express themselves, and they are still trying to identify themselves with the people. So mine is as a way forward, that if you are to start anywhere this program, it should be County 001, where I'm the governor and where it's a home of our president and the First Lady. Please, it should be us, because it's a new phenomenon in the country, and I think when you come, we will be able to facilitate. I don't know what you need, but just come and help us to implement. Because these people, these young people, you look at them and you ask yourself, what is the future of these people? Because it's like they don't know what is happening. They are just breathing in and out, and they don't care what really happens. But because we need to have a very organized life and to think on their behalf as parents and as leaders, I would suggest, as a leader, that please begin with Uasin Gishu, because it's a new phenomenon. We are not used to this thing. If you visit some club at night and Mheshimiwa Ruta is here, we don't go there, but sometimes something tells you, please go around, drive around and see how your city looks like. And you will be shocked that you ask yourself, all these vehicles parked, almost 1,000. These people really come from Mosingishu. I'm told we are tracked as far as Nakuru, Kakamega, we are all suspects, Busia, Bungoma, and West Pokot, and you know what I'm talking about. They all come to Mosingishu as from Friday. Mosingishu will be their home, and Saturday and Sundays they travel back. So I will request the partners that please, if you are doing any program on how to come to those places, you start with us. We are ready to be advised. We are ready to combat this challenge that is coming, and I believe we will be safe as we go ahead. Thank you, First Lady. You know those days when we were those CU members. Remember the CU members in the universities and colleges and schools? That whenever there was some entertainment coming, with some spectacular musicians or something, what we used to do, tunaweka rally yani combat ile wanakurukaruka si naiba hapa na kufukuza mapepo. It was very well for us. That's why we're here out today. So by this one now we cannot, because there are so many. The technology is so high, there is nothing we can do, and there is a lot of noise all over. So I would suggest in brief that please come. I know my CEO Health has some statistics. Maybe you will present to the relevant people so that they can study us. When you come, you know how we look like. Thank you very much. I wish I had a speech to read, but that's what I can say. Allow me now to welcome our good lady, Governor Wanga, the girl from Homa. Thank you for hosting the revolution. It was so beautiful.
Thank you very much, Governor. Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency Mama Rachel Ruto, colleague governors present, members of Parliament, our principal secretaries and partners, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's really a pleasure to be here, Your Excellency First Lady. Thank you so much for having Homa Bay as one of the counties that are a part of this program. Your history with Homa Bay is long. I don't know whether you remember, but when the president was elected deputy president in 2013, one of the first places you came in 2014 was Homa Bay. And we met women at the Farmers Training Center at that time with Joywo. So you have walked a very long journey with Homa Bay, and I'm very, very glad that Homa Bay is part of this program. And I also like to congratulate you on being elected as one of the members of the steering committee of the Organization of African First Ladies. It's not really fit, so the continent is big. And you know, we were in that hall in Addis Ababa one day recently. So election is not easy in that in that hall of Africa. I'd like to recognize the technical team that we've come with from Homa Bay. Please just rise. We have our CEC for Health, Grace, our CEC for Governance, Rosalie, our Chief Officer for Health, Evelyn, our Director for Health, Dr. Komo, Priscilla Nyokabi, who's also the Senior Advisor to the government. I'd really like to thank our leaders from Homa Bay. And Your Excellency First Lady, they are here, full house. I even see Honorable Karoli has come after the introductions. They are here, full house. And that is how we move as Homa Bay. We move together, we move united, and that is how we have been able to also tackle some of these issues around the triple threat. The triple threat in Homa Bay is a reality. We are the second after Narok in teenage pregnancies. We are among the leading in sexual and gender-based violence, according to the latest KDHS, the one for 2022. We are also among the highest in new HIV infections, which is among young people, as Dr. Luga said. But we didn't sit back and just say, oh, we are doing badly, so let us sit back. We decided to confront this issue of the triple threat head on. And we have come together as a leadership to speak about it, because this is a wicked problem. I think it is the AMREF guy who said it. Actually, it's a very wicked problem, in the sense that the wicked problem is the one where the causes are not very well known, the solutions are also not very well known. They are all, mired in obscurity, and that is why we believe that, because you can't quite follow people. You know those young people you're saying, Governor B, who are everywhere at night. You can't follow them and say, oh, now stop, lock the door, come out. You can't quite do that. So it requires a lot of advocacy. And the advocacy must come from the political leadership. And that is why we are very happy that today, the significance of this event is that the First Lady is stepping forward to be a national champion. For this cause. I think that is the most significant, because today if it's talked about, it will be talked about from the First Lady's perspective, and that the First Lady is championing it. And I think that is where the solution to our problems begin. And that is why we also stepped forward as women leaders from the Lake region, not just Homa Bay. We came up with an initiative called the Siganyinam. Siganyinam, we come together as women leaders, the MPs, myself as governor, the MCAs, everybody in the private sector, academia, everywhere, and we have a convention where we talk to women, we talk to girls, we talk to our parents. Because the girls are saying, when you ask them, when we do mentorship, and you ask girls, so what really is the problem? They're saying, but now, who is talking to us? We are growing like weeds. That's what they told us one day. We're just growing like weeds. Our parents are in the chama, they're in the church, they are where? They are everywhere, except at home, talking to us, trying to get us on the road. So political leadership is extremely important. So Your Excellency, I'd like to thank, as we've moved forward with Siganyinam, I'd like to thank partners such as PEPFAR, CDC, NSDCC, the National Syndemic Disease Control Council, the UN Joint Team on the Triple Threat, that includes the UNICEF, UNAIDS, UNFPA, UN Women, and the International Organization on Migration. They have come together to actually fundraise for this initiative. And Your Excellency, First Lady, in fact, on 7th of October, this UN Joint Team on the Triple Threat will be holding a roundtable with donors and funders here in Nairobi to just put together the fundraising efforts. And now that we are here, we are hoping that now that you are our champion, we are hoping that you can join us so that we can, on top of the resources we have received from the Organization of African First Ladies, we can also, you can help us to raise more money using your convening power. So we really, really do look forward that you can join us and walk the journey with us. I don't really have much more to say, but really to thank you and say we are really honored and privileged to be a part of this program, and we will put our very best foot forward. Thank you so much, and let me welcome back the MC.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Governor Wanga. Thank you. Your Excellency, now I will invite on stage the Cabinet Secretary, Gender, Culture, the Arts and Heritage, Madam Hannah Wendot Cheptumo, who will also invite the Special Advisor on Women Rights to President Ruto, Harriet Chigai, and thereafter usher you on stage for the keynote address. Waziri, karibu.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, the Governors present, the PSS, all the members of Parliament, and all the guests. Good afternoon. I'm sorry I came late. I was here earlier in the day to speak to almost the same issues which we are addressing here. I think most of you are aware that there is a very serious problem in the country on matters to do with gender-based violence, including femicide. And as a ministry, we sit in a position where we are dealing with gender, culture, and children's services. So we are affected in all ways. We look at ourselves as the software of the country, because when you talk about gender, you are talking about family. It's okay. Yes, when you talk about gender, you are talking about family, because in a family there are basically men and women, and these people live in a culture. Then we ask ourselves, what kind of culture do we have nowadays? Is it a culture that is taking care of us, or it is a culture that is destroying us? So the answer is yes and no. And then out of that relationship we have children. So again, we are addressing the issue to deal with children's services, and therefore we're asking ourselves, what do we do to reinstate the society as it were then, where there used to be norms, where there used to be respect, where used to be where everybody used to take their position. If it is a man, anajua kazi yangu ni gani. If it is a woman, anajua space yake ni gani. If it is children, they are treated as children. We are looking at a scenario where children are not protected. If you read the report which is about to be released on the task force, which was established by His Excellency the President to deal with GBV and femicide, you'll be shocked that children are really, really suffering. They are being exposed to things that they need not to know. They need to wait until their time. A lot of raping, a lot of sodomizing boys. These are things that we are going through, and therefore I want to thank you for organizing this kind of an event so that we speak as Kenyans, we speak as human beings. Because I think to an extent, animals are better than us, in a way. Because I think animals know at what stage you engage with what, isn't it? How much do you need? Yes, cows know I am not on it, so let me wait. But nowadays, you engage a child in sexual events before they know what it is. And therefore, the declaration that we are making now is to say, usitoe hiyo kitu yenye iko kwa mwili ya hiyo msichana kwa sababu iliwekwa na Mungu, kwa hivyo don't touch it. That is anti-FGM. Do you agree with me? Or you have not understood? That thing that was put by God there is meant to be there. You are not a creator. Therefore, leave it there. 2, leave the children to live as children until they understand why they need to transit to be others, isn't it? And then, let's go back to the culture, especially, and the governors help us to reinstate the state of our nation to where it used to be before all these evils came. So, let me also take this opportunity to thank the governor of Homa Bay. You have given us a yardstick. Nowadays, when you do well, they say you are our wanga. So we are the measuring. Yeah, you are the standard. So congratulations, and I want to thank all the governors for the good work that you are doing. We are relying on all government approach. There is no place that is not in a county. Even if it is here, we are within a county. If you go to the village, we are in a county. So there is no, a government is within a government. So thank you for the good work. Let us support this cause. You can count on us as a ministry. We are dedicated. We have people who are going around the country. Even now we have just come from a UN meeting, again speaking on the same issues. So thank you so much for giving me this time. Let me now take this opportunity to welcome my sister, the advisor to the President on Women Affairs, Madam Harriet Chigai. Karibu sana.
Your Excellency, the First Lady, Mama Rachel Ruto, our host today, the governors present, members of parliament, and all partners present, good afternoon. I think today, Mama Rachel, I think we are the happiest. We are the happiest because the conversations around children, you are the first person who plugged in and actually say you're going to take the battle around children. We know the passion that you hold around children, and there could not be any better office than yours to sit this issue of triple threat. In our office, I think in the case to work around GBV, we've taken note that a society that does not take care of its women can never take care of its children. And that's the biggest problem that we have. CS, my big sister, has talked about GBV. When you look around GBV, and now we have technology-assisted GBV, we are now having new trends. Kaluma, you've talked about the boys. And Governor Kotimoja, I want to interest you on matters boys. If you look at the numbers on the sodomized children, especially in Nairobi, and we haven't even gone outside Nairobi, you'll be shocked. 2023, Nairobi registered 1,623 sodomized boys. I want to interest the men in this issue of children. Assuming I take the number of 1,000, I multiply by the 47 counties. And remember, that is reported cases. There are cases which are not reported. Multiply 1,000 by 12. What is the number? That is 12,000 boys sodomized in a year. Minimum counts. Multiply that by 10 years. We have no boys, we have no men. That is the saddest truth, and would wish Ministry of Health to actually do another study together with KHS and give us the current number as of to date. PS Health talked about the numbers of teen pregnancies. PS, we need another study. In 2023, government spent 6.9 billion Kenya shillings to deliver babies to babies. Your Excellency, the First Lady, there could never be any other better day or time for this issue to be addressed. And for you to accept, to champion, this is really something big to the women and children of this country. And mine is to laud you, and I'm sure everybody else is within the space that we are in. Issues to do with sexual education, we want to propose PS Children's Services. Can we introduce sex education in schools and segregate that depending on the age set of children? Because without awareness, because these children now need to be plugged into and for them to know what is happening to them. I went to Busia County, a room was full of children raped. The youngest was 2.5 years. The 4-year-old had a catheter, life completely destroyed. Those are the stories we get in my office every day. First Lady, we pray for you. This journey is not an easy journey. It's very emotive, and I can assure you, you'll meet all manner of cases out there. For the teenagers, and the numbers PS you've given in terms of teenagers infecting others with HIV and AIDS, we've taken note that most of these children were born positive. Nobody has bothered to explain to them why they're in that situation. What has that done? It has bred a society of young people who are very bitter. They don't know where they are. They have no one to hold their hand. And by virtue of that, they've decided to pass the disease to every other person. So, Your Excellency, we want to thank you for taking this mantle. And I'm sure you're convening us here and calling upon everybody, because matters of children, matters of women cannot be solved by one entity. All of us must plug in. Thank you very much for convening us. My task was simple, to actually welcome you on stage. And I humbly want to request all of us to be upstanding as we welcome our Mother of the Nation. For us in our office, we say, it's her warmth that keeps us going. It's your prayers and your smile that keeps us standing, and will forever support you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. I'm Chekatumo, Cabinet Secretary, Gender, Culture and Children's Services. Gladys Wanga, Governor Homa Bay County. Jonathan B. Chelilim, Governor Wazingishu County. Simon Kachapin, Governor West Pokot, Principal Secretaries present, Members of Parliament present, partners present, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening once again, and welcome to State House. Today I stand before you not just as Kenya's First Lady, but as a mother, an advocate, and a voice for the most vulnerable members of our society. Thank you for braving the traffic this afternoon to be counted among the champions against the triple threats. I bring you warm greetings from His Excellency President William Ruto, who has consistently championed a holistic approach to adolescent health, emphasizing prevention, equitable healthcare access, and investment in high-impact social financing tools. This evening we gather as a coalition of like-minded partners bound by a shared vision, a Kenya where every adolescent is shielded from the triple threat: HIV, teenage pregnancy, and sexual and gender-based violence. The key driver of this initiative is the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, OAFLAD, an organization I'm honored to serve as a member of the steering committee. OAFLAD unites African First Ladies to champion issues that affect women, youth, and children. Through partners, it has provided funding to implement targeted interventions which address these pressing concerns. As First Ladies of Africa, we believe that when women, youth, and children are enabled, families stand stronger. Like the old trees around us, communities flourish like our gardens after long rains, and nations rise steadily and progress to greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge before us remains great. The data I am about to share, derived from NASCOP reports, are not numbers on a page. They represent the lives, dreams, and futures of our sons and daughters hanging in the balance. Our HIV prevalence is escalating at an alarming rate. Today, over 1.3 million of our fellow Kenyans are living with HIV. That's 3% of our entire population. But what should trigger us into action is this. In 2024 alone, we recorded almost 20,000 new HIV infections, a staggering 19% increase from the previous year. This is irreversible of years of progress. Our adolescents are bearing the heaviest burden. Right now, over 80,000 young people between ages 10 to 19 years old are living with HIV, requiring lifelong treatment. These are our children and future leaders whose lives have been forever altered. Can we afford to remain silent when the future of our children is at risk? Ladies and gentlemen, the battle is not lost. Last year, my office, in partnership with OAFLAD, piloted a 3-month sensitization campaign in Narok and Meru counties to tackle the triple threat among adolescents. Through community mobilization, dialogue, and partnerships, both counties have made real progress, planting the seeds for the next phase of the campaign, which begins later this month for a period of 1 year in 4 counties: Samburu, West Pokot, Homa Bay, and Uasin Gishu. Women from the pilot counties shared stories of transformation. Mothers who once felt isolated began forming a peer support circle. At the same time, the counties adopted anti-FGM policy implementation matrix, giving communities a practical framework to confront a harmful practice that fuels early marriage and teenage pregnancies. Indeed, changes within our reach. Today, I invite all of us, as we partner with the Ministry of Health through NASCOP, to implement this initiative in the 4 counties. The goal of this initiative is to close existing gaps by accelerating ongoing programs, strengthening current infrastructure, and leveraging the expertise of trained community health promoters. This program will only succeed if we commit more resources to expand our footprint. The investment by OAFLAD
must be matched by the national and county government resources as well as private sector partnerships. To our county governments, I urge you to continue providing the local leadership, resources, and community engagement necessary to make this intervention successful, while co-creating with the national government on activities aimed at addressing the triple threat in our counties. To our development partners, increase financial support and align your programs with this comprehensive approach. Let us create synergies that amplify our collective impact. One of Africa's famous teachings states that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Let us go together and go far. Let us be the champions of our sons and daughters. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Your Excellency. A round of applause again for that moving speech. Thank you. We may take our seats. And now, as we come to the tail end of this event, we are going to do so by attending a photo session where we are going to be having 3 exposures. And the first one, we'll have the CS, the advisor, PEPFAR, and then Zipporah to the right, and then the 3 governors and AMREF to the left. The second photo will include first photo. Kenya National Anthem. Let us remain upstanding even as Her Excellency takes her seat on the photo side, outside there, together with the 3 governors, AMREF, the CS, the advisor, PEPFAR, and Zipporah. The rest I'll be calling you when the time comes. You may take your seat.